of the Year candidate, the top driver in the Rookie of the Year chase out of Dubuque, Iowa. So DirtDraft.com hot laps. Second group of cars on the racetrack. Chris Madden 14.823, 14823. Quickest so far in DirtDraft.com hot laps. Tim McCready second at 14.852. Kate Dillard at 14.957 at Hudson O'Neal 15.044. And Hudson O'Neal became the 16th different driver to win a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race here in 2022. The record, by the way, for one season is 22. So that is within reach. There's your current O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Top driver, Garrett Alberson, the Roberts Racing 58 Black Diamond out of Dubuque, Iowa. So again, a lot of great drivers here. Great field of cars. Again, the largest field here in 13 years. And again, trying to keep that streak alive. Not only packed grandstands, but also we're 5 for 5 in drivers that have won 30,000 or more. Nobody else can say that in the Lucas Oil Late Model. Nobody can say that in Dirt Late Model Racing. Show Me 100, Chris Ferguson. The Historic 100, Jonathan Davenport. The Mountain Moonshine Classic, Firecracker 100, Tim McCready. You had then, last week, 30,000 to win, the Freedom 60 at Muskingum County, Brandon Shepard, 5 for 5. Can we go 6 for 6 in these big paying races, which have drawn outstanding fields of cars and packed houses everywhere we've been. There's Stormy Scott, the 2S, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. There's the Zero car, the Hot Rod Septic Treatment Zero. Big Hill Powered Team Zero entry for Scott Bloomquist, the winningest driver of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series in Car Zero to Mooresburg, Tennessee, the Molly 19R. That is Ryan Gustin out of Marshalltown, Iowa. Chris Simpson also out there in his Longhorn out of Oxford, Iowa. 20RT, Ricky Thornton Jr., last night's Hard Charger. Now to Martinsville, Indiana, Chase Younghands in the 18. Out of Manhattan, Kansas, the 25 is Shane Clinton. Out of Zebulon, Georgia, the 7X. In his Lucas Oil debut tonight, Jesse Glynns out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. And the 15 is Colby Vandenberg out of Ashland, Illinois. And the 90, the veteran Lance Matthews. He's out of Winona, Minnesota, in car number 90. Ryan Gustin, new quick time here in DirtDraft.com. Hot laps 14.705. Chris Simpson at 14.793. Who says hot laps doesn't pay? There'll be a cash award to the driver with the most hot laps during the 2022 season for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. That'll be given away at our awards banquet coming up later this year. We'd like to thank Napa Auto Parts. $250 bonus to the Hard Charger each night in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series feature events. And also the courtesy of Steve Yaggy, Scott Coleman, Wayne Castleberry working on the legendary Arnie Rana, who's in the house tonight. Good to see Arnie. Talked to him earlier. $1,000 to the hard luck driver each night here at Deer Creek. Tonight, tomorrow night, and then Saturday night, $1,000 to that. Thanks to Steve Yaggy and Scott Coleman. Big River Steel, Steve Yaggy of Yaggy Transportation. All right, fourth and final group. As you see Colby Vandenberg headed to the pit area. Regular this year, the Lucas Oil MLRA Series. Again, co-sanctioned all 3 nights. Again, no provisionals until Saturday night. Chase Younghands out there in the 18. The Younghands Discount Liquors entry. So right now, Ryan Gustin, the Molly 19R, 14.705, 14705. There's the 40B car back with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series out of Brandon, Florida. That'll be Kyle Bronson. Kyle Bronson in the 40B car. Champion last night at Davenport, the BCC Motorsports number 11, the 8 out of Mooresville, North Carolina, Kyle Strickler. Jonathan Davenport, the historic 100 winner, the Nutrient X Solutions 49 at 14.614. Now the fastest, also out there, Ricky Weiss, the Dryden 7 out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. Chad Mader in the 55C out of Bloomer, Wisconsin. Daniel Hilzebeck in the 22H. He's out of Earlham, Iowa. Dalton Wilson, the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And Brent Larson, the B1 Bomber out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Tracy Passy, look, we've got the buck back. I will not go into what happened here a year ago, but it's good to see. No, we will not, Tiffany, go back to 1 year.
No, not at dinner.
Connor Wade, I'm glad to. Oh, okay. All right, Connor Wade, part of our team tonight. Tracy Passy, she'll be calling the action for the USAR Modifieds. All right, Connor, welcome to Deer Creek Speedway.
Hey, James, this place is awesome. I think the biggest thing that fans need to remember coming into this weekend, the Dover 50 used to be a staple of dirt late model racing every summer right here at Deer Creek Speedway. COVIDed out in 2020, rained out last year when it was supposed to be a Lucas race, but this was a huge event for the World of Outlaws back in, as early as 2019. Brandon Shepard, the last winner of the Dover 50, and it's so cool to have this huge event here in Minnesota on the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series schedule. A lot of great drivers in the pit area for the series' first visit here since 2018. And we're pumped, and especially after last night's action at Davenport. Talked to Hudson O'Neal earlier, and he was in as good of a mood as he's been all season, and it's hard to blame him after finally getting his first win of the season last night in a battle with Mike Marlar and Brandon Overton. A huge confidence booster for Hudson O'Neal, who has his sights set on more wins. It was a struggle start to the season. He had a couple podiums early in the year during Speed Weeks, but after that, really, really tough on Hudson O'Neal's 2022 season. Looks like he got it turned around. He told me Florence, he feels like, might have been the turning point. Said he ran really well there and followed up with solid runs at Mustingham and Portsmouth last weekend, and finally got that first win of the year last night. And we'll see if he can do it again here this weekend at Deer Creek. He won 30,000 last year in the Show Me 100. Another crown jewel would be great for Hudson O'Neal's resume. 50,000 Saturday night up for grabs. So Hudson O'Neal with a lot of momentum after that win last night. Confidence high. Look for Hudson O'Neal to continue to find victory lane here with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series going forward.
Yeah, Connor, and a great weather forecast again with us, and we're glad you're here this weekend. Bob will be joining me tomorrow night, and again, we'll be live on MAV TV Motorsports Network on cue right there. That'll be Saturday night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. But don't worry, folks, you're not going to miss a single lap all weekend here on MAV TV Plus and FloRacing. We want to thank Bob Dillner, Michael Rigsby, Mr. Floriani as well, and this merger I guess you could call it a merger if you want to. It's a conglomerate now, I guess, and we're happy to be. I've worked for both of them. Of course, I worked for FloRacing at Eldora for many years, and, of course, for the great people at MAV TV and Forrest and Charlotte Lucas and Morgan Lucas and everybody that's made this happen. And we've had some spectacular racing, especially last night at Davenport. That was off the chart. Last night, that was a race of the year candidate. But it's good to see Deer Creek back in the spotlight because, as Connor mentioned, 2020 pandemic out, and then last year we were rained out after one group of qualifying. So I'd like to thank the Queensland family and also the Napa family as well coming out. Got a big crowd expected this weekend. The biggest race ever here at Deer Creek Speedway. First time they've ever run a 3-day format in the history of this racetrack. So glad to have everybody with us, and the mods are on the track. Tracy Passy, good working with you. Finally get to after a couple of years of pandemics and rainouts and snow flurries, and I don't even know what else. You take it away.
We are actually racing this weekend. Looking great. Yeah, we've got modifieds out for some hot laps. Going to turn some hot laps here, and then we'll get to everything else this evening. Big thank you to Napa Auto Parts and Napa Auto Care Centers for bringing this event to us. As James mentioned, 3 days. First time that this event has been a 3-day event. We also have the
for the late models.
Jamboree.
For the late models, right? The late models. First time 3 days.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Well,
Modifieds have had 3 days.
For the Gold for 50, it's never been a 3-day event. So, yes, for both of them. But we have our Jamboree in the fall, which is a 3-day event. But this is very exciting. I mean, we've got a great crowd on hand, great car count, and stout car cars as well. So a lot of excitement coming up. I want to thank Miners Outdoor for joining us for this event as well. So many great things going on. We've got a hard charger. We've got a trail challenge. We'll talk a little bit more about that. There's a tough break award. So a lot of other companies and businesses stepping on board to help out and present some other monies to these drivers. All right, cars we've got on the track right now in our USRA Modifieds at 15W, that is Alex Williamson. Got the 94 Junior, that is John Daly out of Arcadia, Wisconsin. Joins us every now and again here at Deer Creek Speedway. '55H, that is AJ Hoff. AJ runs with us on a regular basis. All right, looks like the caution lights are going down. These cars are going to get ripping on their hot lap session. That 83X, that is Kylie Cass. Just brought that modified out just this last weekend, so he'll be seeing what he can do with that car. 44S, Shane DeVolder out of California joining us for this weekend's events. '51W, that is JT Wasman, another regular runner here at Deer Creek Speedway. '24, that is Aaron Benson. He's at a Clear Lake, Iowa. Won a feature event so far here this season. '21, that is Jacob Blees out of Chatfield, Minnesota, local driver. All right, winding things down here in this hot lap session for the USRA Modifieds. The Napa Auto Care Center's USRA Modifieds, a regular track division here at Deer Creek Speedway, racing on Saturday evenings. next group hitting the track on that back stretch. We've got 34 of the USRA Modifieds for this evening's event. '95, that is Keith Foss coming out of hiatus, been off the track for a few years, getting back in that MB Customs number 95. He is out of Winona, Minnesota. '90, that is Brad Dierks from Clarence, Iowa. 29H, that is Joe Hordal. Green 90, that is Ryan Wetstite out of West Concord, another one of our regular drivers here at Deer Creek Speedway. '28, Parker Hale, just from down the road in Grand Meadow, Minnesota, first year in the USRA Modifieds. '20, that is Rodney Sanders out of Happy, Texas. Throwing the green, we're going to get some hot laps in here for the USRA Modified. That 33Z, familiar young man, Zach Vanderbeek from New Sharon, Iowa. Zach, one of only 2 drivers who have won multiple times at the Go for 50 in the Modifieds. The 50 of Brandon Davis is the other driver who has won multiple times. '56, Colton Horner out of Houston, Texas. Meyerhofer Crane and Rigging caution lights out. That hot lap session is over.
All right, welcome back, fans. Tiffany, you still have to have a shot of the buck, don't you? All right, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series All-Star Performance Time Trials will be coming up next. We'll have 2 laps back-to-back, and Connor will talk to the overall fastest qualifier. And what a show last night. For you fans that missed it from Davenport, what an impressive performance last night. Hudson O'Neal, the 16th different winner in the series. Rick Schwally, look at this. Right here in the heartland of America at Deer Creek Speedway, the $1 Million Man Donnie Moran shirt with a Rick Schwally photo. So that's got to be at least, 21 years old at least. How about that? Sir, can you give us a wave, sir, with the Donnie Moran shirt, the $1 Million Man? There you go. Give him a bit. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. We have fun with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt. There you go, right? Yeah, that's it. The $1 Million Man. Now there's 2 of them, him and Jonathan Davenport, who won in June, but Donnie will be the inaugural $1 Million winner. Well, Connor, coming up next, we'll have All-Star Performance Time Trials. Brandon Shepard leading the points. He'll be sporting that Midwest Sheet Metal spoiler, but Tim McCready, and don't count out the 20 RT of Ricky Thornton Jr. He's 3rd in points, Connor.
Yeah, absolutely. The points battle is sure heating up with still, quite a bit of racing left on the schedule here in 2022. One of the things I want to keep an eye on just as far as this weekend at Deer Creek goes, this is a big modified track. The United States Modified Touring Series, I should say, comes through here quite a bit. USRA Modifieds. Modified racing really big here at Deer Creek Speedway. And there's a couple of guys in the Lucas Oil late model field tonight with modified experience at this racetrack. Guys like Cade Dillard, Ryan Dustin, Johnny Stott, Stormy Stott. Johnny Stott, we saw him win the prelim for the Show Me 100, so we know what he can do with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. So I'm interested to see if some of those guys, the modified guys that have ran here and ran good at this racetrack, can carry that success over to the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And Ryan Dustin's won 7 times here, at least from what I found, just going through my notes in modified competition. So I'm excited to see what he and some of those other modified guys can do here in Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series action, James.
Yeah, you talked about modifieds, Connor. Tracy and you'll be covering the modifieds all weekend long. We'll have the full show for the modifieds as well tonight, tomorrow night, and then Saturday night. So looking forward to that. So everybody at home watching on MAV TV Plus and FloRacing, we appreciate your support and see some modified action all weekend long. Another thing, Connor, also is $1,000 each night to the Hard Luck Award, courtesy of Steve Yaggy and Scott Coleman. I know Wayne Castleberry had a lot to do with that. Arnie ran, a longtime supporter of dirt late model racing. Talked to him earlier in the pit area. He's doing great. He's had some health issues for a while now, but he looked good. He's had some pneumonia. He's had cancer, but he's battling through it. And Arnie ran, a longtime car owner for Terry Casey, and is sponsoring, of course, the 77 tonight, which will be driven by Jared Hawkins and Jordan Yaggy. His wife gave birth, but Terry Casey is going to come back. Terry Casey's going to be at East Bay in February of 2023. Can't wait for that, but it's great to see that. And Napa Auto Parts also, Connor, $250 to the hard charger each night. You'll get to interview them at the end of each night. All right, ready to go. Up first will be the number 1 car. That'll be the current points leader, Brandon Shepard, out of New Berlin, Illinois. The Mark Richards Racing Rocket Durham, followed by the 78. That'll be Steve Stoltz. Steve Stoltz out of Peoria, Arizona. The 57-year-old of the Rocket Klein Racing engine to the 76 out of Evans, Georgia. In the Wells Motorsports Longhorn Clements, that'll be Brandon Overton. Shepard 14.246 on his first lap, 1.4246. The Arizona native Steve Stoltz at 15.485, 1.5485. Overton second last night in Davenport at 14.339, 1.4339. Shepard lap 2. It's quicker at 14.241, 1.4241. Lap 2 for Stoltz will be a little slower at 15.523. Overton to pick it up. Still second at 14.322. Shepard in the Valvoline, Soybert Calf Ranches, Sunoco, Kaiser Select Wool Service, Integras, Gunners Honey, Petrov Towing, Rocket Pre-Owned Motor, Steve Stoltz in the Dirt Pro Inc., Alpine Stars, Mobile Medical Center, Don Hagen Trucking, and Overton in the Garnto Southern Convenient Lube, Easy Go, Angry Elephant Tattoos and Piercings. All-Star Concrete, CrossFit, Overton, Penske, RW Powell Construction, Big Dog Stump and Tree, Cleanway Clearing and Grading, VP and Dirt Mafia. So Shepard 14.241. Larry Group coming up next. The native of Cresco, Iowa, now living in Malden, South Carolina. In the Barry Rod Icon entry, Clements powered. Berkshire Hathaway. Home Services, Olivia Realtor, IMLP Enterprises Group Construction, Johnny Scott, the current MLRA points leader out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, in the Longhorn Clements, and Paul Parker, son of the legendary Pete Parker out of Kaukauna, Wisconsin, in the Rocket Clements, number 10. Larry Grube, veteran of the United States Marine Corps, Semper Fi, Larry Grube, 15.0595, 15095. Lap 1 for Johnny Scott, 14.493. Paul Parker will be fourth at 14.889, 1.489. Johnny Scott, third still, 14.493. Group second lap, 14.779. Parker, lap number 2 for Pete Parker's son, Paul. And he'll clock it at 14.997, 1.4997. And the reliable custom trailers, McKeever Trucking, J&E Construction, Heater Body Suit, number 10. Johnny Scott, the Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Malago Racing, Eagle Moon Environment Labs, Big Deal Carrot, and True to Healy, Top of the World Ranch, Slicker Graphics, and Race Ranch Clothing. Still Shepherd at 14.241 here tonight in Group A qualifying. Up next will be the 16 car to Decorah, Iowa, the Skyline Motorsports Capital Clements. That'll be Tyler Bruning and the Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Base Fuels, Truck Country, Penske Shocks, Bruning Rock Products, Bennett Explosives. Jared Hawkins driving the Yagi Racing 77. He's out of Fairmont, West Virginia, in the Rocket Pro Power. Arnie Random Motorsports, Thompson's Garage Door, and the 20 out of Newport, Tennessee. Four-time series champion, the Ramirez Longhorn Vic Hill for Jimmy Owens. In car 20, fourth last night at Davenport. Tyler Bruning, lap 1 is going to be 14.950. Hawkins at 14.879. Jimmy Owens, first lap. He is going to be fourth at 14.696. Tyler Bruning remains eighth at 14.901, 1.4901. Hawkins, lap 2. His brother Jacob won at Beckley on Monday night, 14.894. Owens. And he remains fourth at 14.901, 1.4901. And at Longhorn Vic Hill Reese Monument Company, Tim Short out of Group Boom Test Well Service, George Arms, Redline Oil, Midway Sheet Metal, Sunoco, and Bill Stein for 20. Up next will be the 46 four-time series champion, back-to-back Owens and Earl Pearson Jr. out of Jacksonville, Florida, in the Jason Peppage, Longhorn Clements, Lucas Oil Products, Tegler, Recker, and Crane, Peppage Construction, Edgeberger Trucking, Sierra Pacific Materials, Bill Stein, Sunoco, Race Fuel, C&D Contractors and Developers Bonding, Remy Realty, Millard Family Chapels, Duval Electric, followed by the 157 out of Winfield, Tennessee. That'll be Mike Marler, third last night. At Davenport, the Ronnie Delk, Longhorn Clements, Delk Equipment, Tri-Rivers Enterprises, Rockets Convenience Plus, Bill Stein Shocks, Mesilla Valley Transportation, K&M Salvage, and CapitalCapSigns.com. And the 44, the Mountain Moonshine Classic winner to Great Court, South Carolina, the Rocky Durham, for Chris Madden in 44. EPJ fourth in Group A here at 14.526. Marler at third. Now 14.374 Smoky Madden. He'll go to third at 14.329. First race he has run since he won at Smoky Mountain a few weeks ago. EPJ 14.520. Mikey Marler, lap 2, remains fourth at 14.368. Madden, lap number 2. And he'll go to second at 14.277, 1.4277. In the Dry Dean, Franklin Enterprises, Henderson Amusement, Millwood Plumbing, VP Worley Monument, Dirt Car Lift, Davis Diesel Service, and Swift Springs. So through 12 cars, it's Shepard, Madden, Overton, Marler. Stout field here tonight. You will not find a stouter field in dirt late model racing than we have this weekend at Deer Creek. Up next to be the 19 car. He's out of Rochester, Minnesota. To be 21-year-old Dustin Sorensen in the MB Customs Action Racing Engines entry. Followed by the 97 out of Robeline, Louisiana, and the Black Diamond Clements. That'll be Cade Dillard. And the 71, last night's winner at Davenport. Out of Martinsville, Indiana, that'll be Hudson O'Neill. The Roger Sellers, Double Down Motorsports, Rocket Cornet, Lazy Days RV, the RV Authority. O'Neill Salvage and Recycling, Lucas Oil, Smoky Mountain Speedway, the PR1 Sim Chassis, Integra, and Dynamic Drive Lines. Dillard, the SNS Fishing and Rental, Joel's Auto Sales. Bill Stein, Johnsville Company, Strength Roofing and Siding. Production Jars, Lone Star Equipment, Repair, Crone Farms and Nichols, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Sorensen, Dustin Sorensen. It's 14.711. Sorensen, 14.711, lap 2, 14.917. Kate Dillard, his first lap is his best lap at 14.456, lap 2, 15.625. And Hudson O'Neill, and his first lap, 14.748. That'll be good enough for 10th. Lap 2 was 15.867. Dustin Sorensen in the Ford Metro Inc. Heavy Hitch Compact, Rochester Chevrolet, Paulson Rock Products, Stussy Construction, CJ Auto Sales, Engineered Cabs, GunShepherd.com, and 63 Club. So right now it's still Brandon Shepard, Chris Madden, Brandon Overton, Mike Marlar, Blair Nodorf out of Renner, South Dakota. The Bargain Barn Motorsports Rocket Pro Power. He will be followed by the 58, the O'Reilly Auto Parts top rookie so far. Out of Dubuque High with the Roberts Racing Black Diamond Clements for Garrett Alberson of the 25. Two-time Lucas Oil LRA champion of the Mount Vernon, Iowa, Chad Simpson in the Black Diamond Pro Power Nodorf. Bargain Barn Tire Center, Asphalt Plus, Blanzer Trucking, Howe Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Fire, Slicker Graphics, Western Provisions, Grandpa Ben's Ranch, and KDV Realtor. First lap time for Nodorf is going to be 14.953. Alberson, Garrett Alberson, 17th, 15th, 034. Chad Simpson, 13th at 14.871. 14871 for Chad Simpson. Nodorf. And Blair Nodorf will be 12th at 14.792. 14792. Alberson, lap 2 is going to be 14.868. Chad Simpson. Chad Simpson will be 14th at 14.905. Lap 2, his first lap was better, 14.871. In the Ideal Ready Mix, Randy Davidson Trucking, Bill Stein, Michelle Roofer Chiropractic, Wheels Machine, Performance Body Subway, DK Trucking, Volker Trucking, Alberson, the Mesilla Valley Transportation, Roma Machine, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Sunoco, Dunright TV, Lucas Oil Star, Rockwood Products, Live Clap Love, Mitchell Wrench. Up next will be the 49 on the win out of Minnesota, the Longhorn OFI Racing Engines entry. That'll be Jake Tim, the 39, the Rating Series champion. Out of Watertown, New York, the Paylor Motorsports Longhorn Cordero Tim McCready. And the 7 are final qualifier in Group A out of Georgetown, Delaware. In the Longhorn Clements, that'll be Ross Robinson. Jake Tim, 14.910. McCready will be 8th in Group A, 14.556. Ross Robinson, 15.005, 15005. Jake Tim, he'll go to 13th at 14.783, 14783. McCready still 8th at 15.192. And Ross Robinson at 14.984 on lap 2. He's in the Stokely Materials, Iron Source, the Frozen Farmer, Sandy America, Atlantic Prime Mortgage, Penske Shocks, Commonwealth Equipment Sales. McCready, the Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, Mega Plumbing HVAC, Armsless.com, New Point Lighting and Design, Bill Stein Racing for Heroes, Walker Performance Filtration, Baker Mitchell Company, the Aesthetic House, and SCT, Jake Tim and the Herco Gorilla Mill Weapons, JNS Cattle, River, and Trucking, and Stone Machinery. So Group A in the books. Brandon Shepard, 14.241, 14241. That's overall quick time so far. Chris Madden second, and Brandon Overton, Mike Marlar, Johnny Scott, Kay Dillard, Earl Pearson Jr., Tim McCready, Jimmy Owens, and Dustin Sorensen out of Rochester, Minnesota. So Tim McCready, the reigning series champion, second in the points. 8th quickest in Group A, and that is a developing story here early on tonight at Deer Creek. In the Napa Gopher 50 here, Saturday night, the richest race ever here, $50,000 to win. First time ever with the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And again, the largest car count since 2009, 13 years since they've seen this many late models here at Deer Creek. Group B will be coming up next. So Connor will try to get word on what happened to Tim McCready if he is going to have to go to the backup. So McCready thought he had a drive shaft issue, Wayne, and that was not the issue, so I'm not sure. I think he just shut her down just to be sure, so they'll double-check that car. Philip Snellen, the crew chief. J.C. Crockett down there as well. Jeff McGee on the crew. And they'll take a look at the 39 car. So Group B, you ready to go next? And then we'll have our pre-race ceremonies. Chris Simpson will be up first out of Oxford, Iowa. The Longhorn, Durham, Hoker Trucking, Randy Davidson Trucking, C&J Trucking, CapitalCapSigns.com, Superior Cleaning Services, Hot Rod Septic Treatment, Iowa, Illinois, Taylor Insulation, Penske, and VP. He'll be followed by the 20 RT, last night's Optima Batteries Hard Charger at Davenport out of Martinsville, Indiana. It'll be Ricky Thornton Jr., the SSI Motorsports, Todd and Mickey Burns, Longhorn Clements, Big River Steel, Hoker Trucking, 901. Penske Shocks, Certified Inspection Services, Excel Floor Coverings, Westside Tractor Sales, and the 2S out of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Stormy Scott of the Longhorn Clements, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Rancho Malaco Racing, Englemoon Hemp Farm and Lab. Big Deal Car Care, Eddie Trudy, the top of the world ranch liquor graphics, 2S. Chris Simpson, 14,669 for the 38-year-old. 14669. Ricky Thornton Jr., 15,607. Qualifying has been an issue lately for RTJ. Last night he had to take a provisional. Was the hard charger. Third to the point, Stormy Scott, 15,066. Lap 2 is a little slower for Simpson at 14,712. Ricky Thornton Jr., 15,183. 183, and Stormy Scott at 14,704. Up next will be the winningest driver in the history of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, 95 wins. 607 in his Hall of Fame career. Out of Mooresburg, Tennessee, it'll be Scott Bloomquist. Bloomquist of the team, Zero Race Cars, Vic Hill Racing Engines, Power Plant, Hot Rod Septic Treatment, Go Lithium, Petrov Towing Entry. He'll be followed by the 19R out of Marshalltown, Iowa. That'll be Ryan Gustin of the Rocket Clips. Molly, TriStar Engines and Transmissions, Penske Shocks, ML Performance, Ramirez Motorsports, Ace Race Wraps, and the 18 out of Manhattan, Kansas. Oh, Chase Young Hands, Chase Young Hands. Lap 1 for Bloomquist going to be 14,975, 14975. Gustin at 14,686. Young Hands, 14,969. Bloomquist 5th. Lap 2 is a little slower at 15,207. Here comes the Reaper. And it's a little slower at 14,890. And Young Hands, Chase Young Hands remains 4th at 15,142 on lap 2. So through 6 cars to Group B, it's Chris Simpson at 14,669. Up next will be the 25 out of Zebulon, Georgia. It'll be Shane Clan in the Skyline Motorsports, Capital Clements, Olson Explosives, Brown's Heavy Equipment, Truck Country, Carolina Concrete Fishing, Super K Express, Bennett Explosives, Penske Shocks, Base Fuel, Go Lithium. Followed by the 7X. First time Lucas Oil Series out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. That'll be Jesse Glenn's in the Rocket Durham. Lemon Racing Pro Powder, Custom Coating, Mike's Star Market, J&J Recycling, Goulet's Garage, Structural Buildings, Collins Brothers Towing, ASAP Used Auto Parts, The Distressed Dresser, Greenville, BJ's Fast Trucks, sponsor Jesse Glenn's of the 15. Out of Ashland, Illinois, Colby Vandenberg of the Rocket Pro Power, Illini Propane LLC, Vandenberg Concrete and Excavating, and Integra Shocks. Clanton 16,325, 16,325 for Clanton on his first lap. Jesse Glenn's at 15,524. Vandenberg, Colby Vandenberg 15,134. Clanton will pick it up to 6th in Group B at 15,082 for Shane Clanton. Jesse Glenn's remains 9th at 15,543. Here comes Vandenberg, a regular Lucas Oil MLRA Series at 15,226, 15,226. And up next, that'll be the 90, the veteran out of Winona, Minnesota. That'll be Lance Matthews. He's in the Rocket Pro Power, Yagi Transportation, Tim Logan Racing, Wilson Race Fuels, Joe Provo, Raceware.com, Smiley's Repair. They'll be followed by the 7 out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. Sniper Vic Hill. It'll be Ricky Weiss in the Dryden Performance Products, J&C Properties, G-Style Transport, Turk Enterprises, LG Transport, Derrick Sandblasting, Keywalton Truck Service, Collins Brothers Towing, Weissner Trucking, RDW Recycling, Penske Shocks, Go Lithium. Followed by the 55C out of Bloomer, Wisconsin. It'll be 37-year-old Chad Mader. Chad Mader and Levy Customs Mullins, 55C. Lance Matthews, 15.829, 15.829. Ricky Weiss at 15.133. Chad Mader, fourth quick time at 14.941, 149.41 for Mader. Matthews, lap 2 is going to be 16.087, 160.87. Ricky Weiss, lap 2 is going to be 15.037. Quicker, still 7th for car 7. Chad Mader, lap 2, still 4th at 15.173, 15173 in the underground systems. Sabre Plumbing and Heating, Chad's Towing, Process Metals Innovators, Fab Tech, A&A Trucking, Julson Auto Service, Union Trailers, Power Equipment, Cisco's Polishing and Detailing, Cumberland Oil, and for Race Fuel and West Hill Auto sponsoring Chad Mader. Here comes the number 1, fourth on the points out of New Waverly, Texas. It'll be Tyler. All right, Tyler Erb in the Rocket Clements for Best Performance Motorsports, the 40B out of Brandon, Florida, the Rocket Clements. That'll be Kyle Bronson of the 22H out of Erla with the Rocket Mullins. For Daniel Hilzebeck, Tyler Erb, 7th in Group E, 14.995. Kyle Bronson, first lap 15.105, that's 10th. Hilzebeck, regular Lucas Oil MLRA Series, first lap 15.615, 156.15. Erb at 15.454. Kyle Bronson. Kyle Bronson remains 10th at 15.561. Hilzebeck, and he'll remain 14th at 15.733 in the Banning Chiropractic 22 to Enterprise. Big Deal Car Care, RRP Race Graphics, Hilzebeck Farms, Finish Line Body and Paint, Adams Salon, Snow Removal. Brandon Ford, Bronson Brands for Kyle Bronson, Race Car Engineering, Borchers Equipment, Lucas Oil, Integra Shocks, Multi-Fire Super Pro Series Wires, VP Max Amp Ultra, Tyler Urban, the Book Material Lift, Midwest Sheet Metal, M&W Transport, Lucas Oil, Basil Race Fuels, KBC Graphics, Roberts B Company, First Class Septic, 1T. Up next will be the 8. He's out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Melanie Motorsports, Longhorn Clements. That'll be Kyle Strickler. In the Cat Industries, G-Style Transport, PFC Brakes, Andy's Towing, Dirt Wrap number 8, followed by the 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. It'll be Dalton Wilson. In the James Ratliff, Longhorn Clements, MGL Auto Sales, Counter Contracting, the Auto Outlet, Worldwide Custom Car Haulers, Grantley Farms, Equipment Auction Group, JRR Auto Sales in the 11. Top rookie last night at Davenport out of Meridian, Mississippi, Spencer Hughes, the Craig and Shannon Sims, PCC Motorsports, Longhorn, Coronet Professional Concrete Cutting and Drilling, Roth Heating and Cooling, Indiana USSA, Fast Pitch Softball, Wicks Filter, Schaefer Trucking, Bob and Tammy Burton, BP Fuel, CFM Truck Repair, Lincoln Construction, Bilstein Shocks and Hillbillies Barbecue Burgers, Tenderloins, Hot Dogs and Snow Cones. Strickler 4th in Group B, 14.846, 14846. Dalton Wilson at 15.136, that is 14th. 15.136. Spencer Hughes is 5th at 14.902, his first time here. Like Dalton Wilson. Kyle Strickler, first time here in a late model, by the way, 15.220, but his first lap 4th. Dalton Wilson is going to be 15.522, and Spencer Hughes at 14.886, 14886. All right, we should have two more to go. It should be the 49 car. Three-time Lucas Oil champion, the Eldora Million winner out of Blairsville, Georgia. That'll be Jonathan Davenport in the Lance and Darla Landers, Double O Motorsports, Longhorn, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Barton Mowers, ASC Warranty, Bilstein, VP Fuels, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, and the B1 Bomber, Lake Elmo, Minnesota's Brent Larson in the Rocket Big Hill Motul sponsored B1, our final qualifier of the night. 41 cars in largest car count here for this race. They go for 50 in 13 years. Weber Cap Ranch is also on the side of the Minnesota native. Davenport, lap number 1's 4th at 14.761. 14.761. And Brent Larson at 15.457. Lap 2 for Davenport remains 4th, 14.772. Here comes Larson at 15.394. It's quicker, and it's going to be 17th quick in Group B. That should do it for Group B. So Chris Simpson came out first in Group B, and he will be the quickest in Group B here tonight at 14.669. Ryan Gustin second, then Stormy Scott, Jonathan Davenport, Kyle Strickler, Spencer Hughes, Chad Mater, Chase Younghand, Scott Bloomquist, and Tyler Erb will be your top 10 in Group B here tonight for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. All right, so that'll do it for Group B. So the fastest overall is going to be 14.241 by Brandon Shepard. So we will not do our All-Star Performance Fast Time interview with Brandon Shepard. Our heat races will be coming up next here tonight. Again, preliminary main event, $5,000 to win tonight, $5,000 to win tomorrow night. Same program here at Deer Creek. And again, it's points just like we did at Lernerville. Not the best of the two nights, not an average. Put them both together, Thursday and Friday. That'll set the heat races. So the driver that has the most points will start in the pole of heat race number 1 on Saturday night here for the Napa Gopher 50. Again, bonuses up for grabs tonight, courtesy of Napa. The hard charger, $250 each night, and $1,000 each to the hard luck driver, courtesy of Steve Yagi and Scott Coleman of Big River Steel. Thank you very much.
So, hey everyone, tonight's 50-50 Grand Meadow Lutheran Church. Make sure you pick up those tickets. You can head on down to the tent in the courtyard. 1 ticket for $1, 6 tickets for $5. Otherwise, they are walking around in mostly red shirts selling those tickets. Right now, the half is $753. So, purchase those tickets again for Grand Meadow Lutheran Church. They are trying to raise money for a flooring project. Again, they are walking around with red shirts, or you can head on down to the courtyard. Apparel trailers down there. There are several other apparel trailers just outside the gate as well. So if you want to check out those things. And we just want to let you know that the sections A and B in the north grandstand just off turn 4, that is smoke free. And plenty of garbage receptacles around the Speedway. Please throw your garbage away and help the track look as amazing as it does. For the ladies, we do have flush toilets inside the North VIP building as well. There's a baby changing station in the ladies' bathrooms too. We've got concession stands. The main concession stand is right down below the scoring tower here. The beer garden is inside the South VIP building. Few tasty treats down there as well, and then there's a smaller concession stand inside the North VIP building. So a lot of things to check out while you're here at Deer Creek Speedway. And again, purchase those 50-50 tickets, and we'll be back with you with opening ceremonies in just a bit.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much. Coming up next, we will have our pre-race ceremonies as we'll do a little track prep here. You're watching the Napa Auto Parts Gopher 50 Weekend presented by Super Clean here at Deer Creek Speedway in Spring Valley, Minnesota. Here on MAV TV Plus and FloRacing. We'll be back from Minnesota here in a few moments.
This MAV